Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to 25 Days of Design. I am using a new software today to broadcast to you live, and it's a lot of fun. So I can put up things like my name and be silly and be glad you're here. Yay! Anyway, I am super glad you're here. We're going to talk all about email design today. I know a lot of you have trouble getting that email out because it's kind of a pain in the butt to design and make, and every month it can be draining to try to get it out to your customers and to make it look good at the same time. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we use and how it has made my life 100 times easier when it comes to designing emails, not only for my students, but also for my clients as well. So I am going to share my screen and we are going to rock on to my favorite software. It is called Flowdesk. Flowdesk has been a lifesaver. It is a email sending system, kind of like MailChimp or Constant Contact or Mad Mimi or something like that. But the beauty of Flowdesk is that it makes everything so simple and straightforward. So we are using it right now to send out my weekly newsletter for my students, and I have used it for clients in the past. But you can, of course, import your audiences and build lists inside your software, as well as create forms, which I have not done yet. But you can embed, I'm still using my older software to do this, which is MailChimp. And of course, through my teaching site, Kajabi, I also use their email system for students. But having experimented with Flowdesk, we're considering transferring everything over to here just because it makes life so easy. So you can actually make beautiful forms, very simple, and you can also have workflows. So you can do an email sequence based on a trigger. When someone gets added to your list, that kind of thing, it can send off a trigger. It's very basic at this point, but what I love about Flowdesk is how easy it makes looking at your statistics, doing design, that kind of thing. So, for example, I sent out this email to my clients during lockdown to try to make some money during lockdown, which was a custom illustrations email. So just to show you what it was a email that gave folks Mother's Day ideas about doing illustrations. So it's all online ordering. So step 1, you pick your favorite background. Step 2, you place your order online. And step 3, you upload your own photo. And then step 4, we ship your print to you. So this actually ended up making me about $3,000 or $4,000 worth of revenue at a very rough time in our careers when we were dealing with, COVID and being on lockdown. So, and then I can, through Flowdesk, can look at my statistics very quickly on the email. I had almost a 30% open rate, which was kind of cool. And yeah, it makes it easy to see your statistics right away. So I want to ask you guys one thing, and I really, this is something that I have a beef about, and I wish I had a poll in my software here because I would literally ask a poll. Do you read long emails? When you get a lot of email in your email inbox, promotional type stuff, and it's just words, do you read it? Especially if it's long. I find myself just clicking delete like crazy because who has time to read that? I mean, people don't read as it is. So who has time to read a long, lengthy email? Now I get it. Doing just text only really increases your deliverability rate. The way the algorithms work with email, you have to take that into consideration just as much as you do with social media. But with email, I find that doing a long, drawn out email, I just lose my steam. It's got to be super compelling for me to want to read that kind of stuff. However, you're all saying no. My comments and reactions come through just a little bit delayed. So forgive me with this new software. So forgive me if it takes a little longer. It's my first time using it. So, bumps and roadblocks to get through. But anyway, I don't read that stuff. And so, but yet if an email is really informative and it has good information and it's pretty, you bet your bums I'm going to scroll through it and go, ooh, okay, that's pretty though. And if it's really branded to the business, I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice. That could just be me. But tell me, what type of emails do you actually read and click open? What's important about it? For me, it's the subject line. And is it short and sweet? Does it get directly to the point? Or does it beat around the bush and make me read a bunch of stuff I really don't want to read about some story about your cat that died? I don't care, whatever. Or is it super scannable? If it's super scannable and easy to read, then I'm going to bam through it and be like, oh yeah, and if something interests me, I'll click on it. And that's what I love about Flowdesk is that it gives those kinds of emails to my recipients. So I want to share my screen again and show you how you would go about creating an email inside of Flowdesk. So, and why it's so amazing for doing that. First of all, they have these pre-made beautiful templates that you can simply drag and drop your stuff into. So for example, this one. You could just scroll through it, which is really nice. It'll show you what it looks like on a phone as well, which I think is so cool. And then you can literally customize and just hit customize. And this is where it gets a lot of fun. You can put in your own images, super simple. You can click on I got to move all my windows at the same time here. You can click on any item and change its color and change its font. And they have a bunch of different beautiful fonts in here. Now, you can't upload your branding fonts, which honestly was probably the only thing that really bothered me. But there's so many fonts in here that are very similar to what I do that I was like, oh, okay, I can make that work. Okay. So of course, then you can update the size, the color, the spacing, the letter spacing. I mean, you can have all kinds of fun right here inside the browser. And then of course you can pick your layout and adjust it. They have all these different layouts that you can trade it for. Say you don't like this one, just trade it out for another one. And there you go. There's your new layout. And it's so fun to play with those different layouts. If you want to add a layout, you simply press the plus button and you can add a layout or keep it simple and just put a divider or a spacer or an address or a footer or your social links or your Insta. I mean, how cool is that? It'll even connect to Instagram. And I haven't even linked my account yet. Let's do that and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and authorize this. Success. There you go. It's got all my Instagram right there, ready to go in the bottom of my email that I'm going to send out to my clients. So I think Flowdesk is a great way to design emails without the headache. It's so fast and it can look branded to who you are based on all these different layouts they have. You can obviously connect it to things like your Instagram. I didn't even know that, but that's fabulous. And of course you can put in video, you can put in logos. The layouts are really what makes Flowdesk so special. They have numerous different layouts that are everything from modern to feminine, but for the most part, it's clean and it's well designed already. And I think that's what I love is that I don't have to think through my email design. Stuff is layered. It looks designed and it's not just block after block after block, image, text, image, text. Oh, wait, I can put text next to an image. Great. But with Flowdesk, you can, do things like these layered looks, which you couldn't do in a typical email software, which is really, really nice. Now, most of these layouts are not super customizable, so just note that. You can't move the pictures around or anything like that, but didn't bother me. So for me, doing this through Flowdesk has been simple because, of course, you can lay out your fonts and your logo, or excuse me, your branding with your logo. And, of course, you can put in your color codes and all that as well. So, of course, as you look at different layouts, you can also add different links and do the blocks. So you can show headers, show buttons or not. There's certain things that are customizable and then certain things that are not. So if you want to add a button, of course, you can customize any button with fonts, links, and blocks. The same thing goes with link bars. You can customize the different links, alignment, how all that works. But again, it's just straightforward. There's nothing everything you need and nothing you don't. Of course, you can cycle through different social media icons and things like that and make them look different, et cetera, et cetera. I'm adding a lot of stuff to this, and of course, you can add your footer in as well. So, and of course, the minute you're done, you simply choose your audience, which is your list, which list you want to send it to. I'm not going to send this out because that would be very bad. But then you can simply add your list. And in Flowdesk, a list is a segment. So having already done my segments, I would either send it to this is supposed to be my clients, either my clients or my students, and send it off. Now, of course, you can add people to certain emails, and of course, you can customize your list. So if you go back to Flowdesk and go to audience under segments, in case you're wondering, today is Thursday. And of course, you can add a segment and upload your list from here. Jennifer asked, can they be integrated with 17 Hats? Yes, they can through Zapier. Okay, so 17 Hats integrates with something called Zapier. So I'll just go into my 17 Hats really quick so you can see that. And if you look here under integrations and go down to Zapier, you just need to connect your Zapier account. So what it will do is it will export contacts from 17 Hats and import contacts from external systems into 17 Hats. So in other words, the minute I add someone to my 17 Hats, Zapier, because I have a Zapier set up, let's just do the login here. It should know it. Thank you. And you can see my zaps. Let me move folks out of the way here and go to my zaps. So you can see I have a zap set up from 17 hats to a Flowdesk. So it immediately imports subscribers into Flowdesk without me having to think about it. So anytime anybody is put into 17 Hats, Zapier takes it and pops it into Flowdesk under my specific segment, which is my client list. So yeah, that's a great question, Jennifer. And let's see here. So I don't see any other questions, but honestly, I just really wanted to show you guys how cool it is to be able to work with Flowdesk on such a simple design level. Yeah, Jennifer said, oh my God, I just saw you can integrate Zoom and NewView too. Yep. It's pretty cool. You can set up Zoom consultations via the embedded calendar inside of 17 Hats. Totally different topic than we're talking about today. But yeah, you can set up. So I have a pre-consultation because I'm doing my consults via Zoom right now, basically like you and I are talking. And so I have an embedded calendar that I send my clients, and they can pick their time, and it sends them their Zoom link automatically, and it's fabulous. Highly recommend. And of course, 17 Hats also integrates with Fundy and ProSelect as well, and I use it to import ProSelect invoices into my invoicing system in 17 Hats, and makes life, again, easier, more systemized, efficient, and faster. That's all good, right? I'm so glad you think it's awesome, Megan. I love these comments coming in. So ask me questions about email. Now, of course, one of always the big dilemma, the big caveat is, okay, if I make an email pretty, my deliverability rate drops, right? Well, yes and no. If the kind of going consensus around email marketers right now is that if you have an email that doesn't have a lot of pictures in it, it's more likely to get delivered to someone's inbox. But my feeling is also, well, they need to open it too and read it, because I would much rather have them open and read it than get a crazy high deliverability rate. Why? Well, because if people are opening and clicking on your email, that tells the email bot gods that your content is interesting. So you're going to get a higher deliverability rate, right? So I'm kind of the mindset, make it pretty and make people open it and want to engage with the content inside of it. And of course, to make that content engageable. I know that's not a word, but you know what I mean. To make the content interesting or for people to want to click on it, it has to be that interesting. So this means you as a photographer and a business owner have to really consider your ideal client and ask yourself what interests her that's related to photography. What does she want to know? Not necessarily a sales pitch like what to wear, but hey, maybe how to set up a shelf wall gallery in your foyer, or how to pick a frame and mat for your snapshots, how to get your snapshots off your phone and printed through a professional style lab, those kinds of things. You want content that's engaging, entertaining, humorous, authentic. Maybe it's just parenting. Since I'm a family photographer, parenting is a huge thing for me. And I relate to my clients a lot on the subject of parenting. And at times when I really want to like strangle my child, obviously that's not going to happen, but you know the feeling, right? And so I want to relate to my moms who I work with on that topic. So I can do parenting. I can interview vendors in my area. Like, for example, there's a huge craze right now on cloth diapers. I mean, there has been for a long time, but cloth diapers is a huge thing in Bend. So there's a diaper service in town where they'll bring you cloth diapers, and then you just put your dirty ones in a container and they take them and wash them and give you new ones. Okay, well, wouldn't it be cool? And the name of her diaper service is Sweet Pea Diaper Service. Wouldn't it be cool to do an interview with her for my email on a blog, and then put that into an email to my clients that talks about Sweet Pea Diaper Service? Because then she's gonna she's gonna want to send that to her subscribers, and she's also going to maybe partner with me in the future because I promoted her to my audience and my list. So you can use your email list as a very powerful tool to write blog articles and send them out to your clients, to give interesting and good information, to download freebies, things like, here's a template to do a gorgeous wall gallery with your snapshots in your hallway. Download it here. And your clients will engage with the content by going, oh, that would be great. I need that. I'm going to download that now. So just doing interesting, engaging content once a month is enough to keep your subscribers fascinated with what you do. And then when it comes time to do your mini session promos or your holiday promotions or your gift giving guide or your wrap up for the holiday kind of thing to kind of rake in some more profits for the end of the year, that will get delivered and it will get clicked on because your clients and your recipients are used to getting good, valuable content from you. And that's really what it's all about. Content is king, and making that content have the queen bee of beautifulness. I love everything beautiful and pretty. I love everything design. And of course, you guys are watching the 25 days of design, where every day I'm going to give you a little tidbit here and there on something fun that has to do with design in your business, because I truly believe that your business attracts who it's designed to attract. So tomorrow we'll be talking about composition in your collateral and how to make things stand out. And so join me tomorrow around this same time for that lesson. And I promise to keep them short and sweet. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a beautiful Thursday. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.